concept of beliefs before thoughts. Simply put, we know beliefs before we ever know thoughts. As an infant coming out of the womb, there's a simple truth behind the experience of coming out of the amniotic fluid. The peace, the balance of the smoothness inside the womb, floating, connecting. While inside the womb, science even agrees to this, the embryo, the baby, starts feeling things even before it comes out. So they tell everybody, be careful what happens before your baby is born, because it will feed and feel all of what's around it. Now, it won't understand the language because it has no concept of language. What it'll understand is how something feels, whether it feels right or not. It understands the essence of right and wrong, but not for the sake of right being correct and wrong being not correct. It understands that, wow, this feels good. This feels peace. This feels like joy. Or not. This doesn't feel right. So when parents argue when the baby's in the womb, the baby's feeling how unhealthy that is. The baby's feeling the tension, how the mother is tensed up, and how the father might yell, or how people, it doesn't even matter if it's the mother or father, it's the surroundings. If you play heavy metal music, thrash music, and hate music, the baby's gonna feel that energy of it. If you play spiritual music or meditation music, harp music, flute music, then the baby's gonna feel that peace, that calmness behind the music. So we don't need to guess as to what's quote unquote right or wrong when we're in the womb. When we come out and we start experiencing this human form, we start to really understand how things are so different. Because then we have to start learning these crazy things called words. Communication. Now imagine this. Imagine if you were that baby and you came out of that womb. How would you know what happy meant until you were shown what happy means? You would only feel it, but you wouldn't know what HAPPY really represents until you learned from those people that are teaching you. So when we think that we are doing something right or wrong, it goes deeper than that. It's not a thinking process. It's a knowing what feels right. Knowing what feels right and knowing what doesn't feel right. The problem is, along the journey of life, we get told and taught by individuals what certain things should be like. Our friends teach us that worms are gross. Our parents teach us that this food is good and this food isn't. Or that person's fine or this person isn't. And they're stupid and they're smart. And then our social skills that we learn are skills of judgment more so than peace. More so than being able to see somebody for the beautiful person that they are. And to see the gifts that they bring us in a relationship. Instead of everything that they don't do. They're not this, they're not that. They don't bring me happiness. They don't do things for me. They don't make me feel this way or that way. So to understand this concept of believing, you have to understand that you get to choose what you believe in. And those core beliefs that you step into are going to dictate exactly what you think of. So when your mind is going in that craziness, most folks are calling this lately monkey mind, whatever you want to call it. When you have so many thoughts in your head and you don't know how to discern between any of them and you just let it roll, that's keeping the mind in charge and not focusing on your beliefs. If you believe that dogs are bad, then guess what you're going to think when you see a dog? Guess what you're going to think when you watch a movie with a mean dog on it? It's going to validate all of your beliefs. I believe dogs are dangerous. I believe dogs are evil. I believe, well, sure enough, if you start seeing those things and getting moments in life where it confirms or affirms the belief that you have, then you're going to keep that belief. Now, if you were to simply change that belief slightly, you might be able to be at peace with dogs. You could change that belief by saying, instead of dogs are bad, dogs are mean, you could say some dogs are bad, some dogs are mean, but not all dogs. Because as you may experience, you could walk up to a big pit bull and it would show you the most comforting, beautiful love. And you could also go up to a tiny little chow and it could be the worst attitude, nipping at you, trying to bite you, yelling at you, screaming, "Bark, bark, 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 bark." Just because of what it appears to be doesn't mean that's what it is. So if you believe that some dogs are not nice and most dogs are, then you can walk in peace with that. You don't have to fear it. You can then know the truth, because to believe healthy is to live healthy. To believe in balance is to live in balance. To believe that your life can be is to experience life that is. It's a choice that we make, a conscious choice driven off our beliefs. If you believe that this person is a bad person, then the choices you make regarding that person and the relationship you have with that person will be driven by your belief. So how do you fix that? How do you actually fix that? You fix it through understanding that they're not always trouble, or they're not always doing bad things, or they're not always, you insert the situation. To see things for the truth that it is helps you understand where you believe, what you believe, and how you believe. Seeing the truth is like seeing the truth of dogs. Some dogs might give you a concern, not because of the dog, but because of how the dog behaves. So, time to see the truth. The truth is, beliefs are where your entire existence exists from. If you adjust your beliefs, and if you gently just adjust your beliefs, you'll be able to create a peaceful life. The one that you've been begging for since you were born. The one where everything was simple. All I had to do was feel good or not feel good. Feel right or not feel right. And if it feels right, you do it. And if it doesn't feel right, you don't. Simplicity behind understanding the power of your beliefs, your core beliefs. It's not about thinking. It's not about thoughts. It's not about words, alphabets. It's about our heart and feeling the truth, no matter what that truth shows us. Feel it. If it feels good, if it feels right, then we do it. If it doesn't feel right, then we don't.